Good afternoon, dear students. I hope my voice is visible. Sorry, audible, not visible. Is it audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So yesterday we completed with the concepts of digestion and absorption as well as breathing and respiration. Today we are into the most important concept of CET as well as a need from biology. So that is photosynthesis in higher plants. The weightage of this concept is 5 marks. 5 marks you will get. And you know, as you all read in the theory regarding photosynthesis in plants, so we have to mainly concentrate on the cycles, Calvin cycles, as well as the reactions of which happen in dark reaction and then light dependent reaction, and also certain scientific what we can say applied questions or applied concepts which are there in this topic. So let us discuss today about photosynthesis in higher plants. Okay, so let us brush up some ideas now, then later we will solve some questions. Be attentive and just now let us brush up certain concepts. Fine. I hope the screen is visible. Okay. So in photosynthesis of higher plants, we have the first one is what is photosynthesis? It is an enzyme regulated, okay, anabolic process. A photosynthesis it is a chemical process where the product will be the glucose, oxygen. Importance is primary source of food on earth and release of oxygen to atmosphere. Next, so early experiments. So who did experiment or who showed that photosynthesis occurs? The first early experiment was did by Joseph Priestley in 1770. He performed a series of experiments with bell jar, candle, and mouse. Then, after his experiment, what he hypothesized means plants restore whatever the thing, whatever breathing the animals. That is, yeah, plants restore to the air whatever breathing animals and burning candles remove. Then he understood about the oxygen. Right. So here you can see the conditions or the sequences of Priestley's experiment. See here, bell jar, then burning of candle, then mouse. So after that, when the burning of when the candle is not burnt, it is not lit. So mouse dies. Then when the plant is kept, candle is also burning, mouse is also alive. Same here. So like this, Priestley proved that oxygen is necessary for living. Then we have certain experiments regarding the release of oxygen by the plants. So this experiment we know. Then after that, yeah, one more thing. In 1854, Julius von Sachs proved that plants produce glucose while growing and stores them as starch. Please note down the scientist name Julius von Sachs, who proved plant produce glucose. Okay. Then he explained that plant have green substances which is present within a cell in specialized bodies. At that time, they were unknown regarding the chlorophyll. So he mentioned it as green substance anta. He found that green parts in plants is where glucose is made and that glucose is usually stored as starch. The next scientist is T.W. Engelmann, split light using prism. So he splitted light using prism as with here. Green algae cladoflor is placed in a suspension of aerobic bacteria. Bacteria were used to detect sites of oxygen evolution. So in his experiment, he used the prism to split the light. Okay, so when the prism is used to split the light, we will get the band that is with here. Then green algae cladoflora placed in the suspension and the bacteria were inserted so that we will come to know where the oxygen is produced, oxygen evolution. He observed that bacteria accumulated mainly in the region of blue and red light and split off the spectrum. It explained the absorption of spectra of chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Next, key features of photosynthesis was first explained in 19th century. The empirical means the rough equation was CO2 plus H2O in the presence of light gives CH2O. So that time CH2O represented carbohydrate. Now, okay. Mm, okay. Then the scientist named Cornelius Van Niel. Cornelius Van Niel was a scientist who demonstrated and said that photosynthesis is light dependent process. Cornelius Van Niel. Okay, next. Site of photosynthesis, it is chloroplast. We know the structure of chloroplast. The thylakoids in the chloroplast contain most of the pigments where photosynthesis occurs or initiates. The membrane system of Guarana is responsible for trapping the light and for the synthesis of ATP and NADPH. This is a structure of chloroplast. Then pigments involved chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, xanthophyll, carotenoid. I repeat, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, xanthophyll, carotenoid. So chlorophyll A ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? Bright or blue green in chromatography. Major pigment chlorophyll A is a major pigment, acts as a reaction center. Chlorophyll B yellow green, xanthophyll yellow in color, carotenoid yellow to yellow orange. In the blue and red region of spectrum shows highest rate of photosynthesis. Fine. Now let us proceed with the next slide. What is a light reaction? So we know that in the photosynthesis we have two reactions, light reaction and dark reaction. Light reactions, which is also called as photochemical phase, it includes absorption of sunlight, splitting of water, evolution of oxygen, that is release of oxygen, and formation of high energy compound like ATP and NADH. Right, NADPH. It involves several complex and pigments of the which are organized into two distinct photochemical light harvesting complexes, LHC ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ light harvesting complexes. We have two, that is in light reaction, photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. The light harvesting complexes are made of hundreds of pigment molecules. Please remember, it is made up of hundreds of pigment molecules bound to protein within photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. Remember this diagram. Here the photon, that is a light energy. These are the pigment molecule. When pigment molecule absorbs the light energy, the reaction center occurs where primary acceptor. Which is a primary acceptor? We will study now. Kumar, if you attend a session on time, you will get to know the weightage. When I will be explaining, if you message like how many marks are there in between, I can't answer you. I just now said regarding the weightage when I started the session. You attended it late. So please be on time. Okay. So the weightage of this chapter is of 5 marks. Then after that, once the photons are absorbed by the primary acceptor, then the photosynthesis begins. Then let us discuss regarding photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. Chlorophyll A has an absorption peak at 700 nanometer, so it is called P700. Photosystem 2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ 680 nanometer absorb ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, that is chlorophyll A. Next, process of photosynthesis, light reaction and dark reaction we will discuss later. Now let us solve some easy questions on this topic. Yeah, let us start with the questions now. The first question, very easy question. I expect quick answers. Okay, the process in which green plants synthesize organic food by utilizing carbon dioxide and water as raw materials in the presence of sunlight is called as which process? Respiration, food synthesis, photosynthesis, and light synthesis. Yeah. Kumar, Chandru, Rakshita, Dyuti, Kavita. Dyuti was absent yesterday. Parvati, Chaitra, Hemashri, Rakshita. Okay. Most of you voted for option C, Kanchanaraj. So the answer is option C, that is photosynthesis. Very easy question and quick responses. Great. Let us move forward. The second question goes like this, guys. which is correct regarding photosynthesis. ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವುದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ, ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ is obtained from the atmosphere. Option B, water is absorbed from the soil through the stem system. Option C, sunlight is trapped by pigments called xanthophyll. Option D, chlorophyll absorbs green light. Okay, Jyoti, you attended in YouTube. Fine. Amrita, option B. Chandru, option A. Sinchana, B. Kanchana Raj, option A. Parvati, option A. Dyuti, option B. Kavita, Hemashri voted for option A. Okay, so they asked correct regarding anta helidare. Hauda? So most of you answered it correctly. Few of you got confused. So carbon dioxide is obtained from the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide is one of the reactant in the photosynthesis. Photosynthesis ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ carbon dioxide ಬೇಕು. ಹೌದಾ? Then water is absorbed from the soil through the stem system. See how they confused you guys. Whether water is absorbed by the stem system, water is absorbed by the root system, then it is transported to the plant. Most of you voted for option B. Why? Don't get confused. Read the question as well as options correctly. Next one, sunlight is trapped by pigments called xanthophyll. No, sunlight is trapped by the major pigment which absorbs the sunlight is chlorophyll B. So this statement is also wrong. Chlorophyll absorbs green light. No, chlorophyll will not absorb green light. Chlorophyll reflects green light. It reflects, it will not absorb. It reflects green light. So the correct statement regarding photosynthesis is option A. Nodi, question ಎಷ್ಟು easy ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. Options ಎಷ್ಟು easy ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. But most of you answered it wrong. That is why don't be overconfident, don't be in a hurry. ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ, ಒಂದ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಅಣ್ಣ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಮೇಡಮು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬೇಡ. Read the question properly, write down the question, then answer it. Okay. Fine. Okay, fine. So the right answer here is option A, guys. Okay. Dark reactions of photosynthesis are actually not totally independent of light as option A, the initial reactions occur in presence of light. Option B, the reaction will be inhibited by the presence of light. Option C, they can occur during the day as well. Option D, they utilize the products of the light reaction. ಏನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಟೋಟಲಿ ಲೈಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ? ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದು ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಗುಡ್. ಕವಿತಾ, ದೀಪ್ತಿ, ಪಾರ್ವತಿ, ಡಿ.ಬಿ, ಹೇಮಶ್ರೀ, ಚೈತ್ರ, ಕುಮಾರ್, ರಕ್ಷಿತಾ, ಗಾಯತ್ರಿ, ಕಾಂಚನಾ ರಾಜ್, ಶಿಲ್ಪಾ ನಾಯಕ್, ಅಫ್ರೋಜ್. Okay, most of you voted for option D. So they utilize the products of the light reaction. Let us check the answer, guys. So the right answer for this is, as you all voted, that is option D. They utilize the products of light reaction is the right answer. Good going. So the next question goes like this, guys. All of the following regarding the role of xanthophyll and carotenoids is photosynthesis are correct except ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಕೆಳಗಿರೋ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ xanthophyll ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೆರೋಟಿನಾಯ್ಡ್ಸ್ ರೋಲ್ ಏನು ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಯಾವ ರೋಲು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ indirectly they asked which is a wrong statement regarding xanthophyll and carotenoids ಅಂತ. Option A, they act as accessory pigments. Option B, their peak absorption is blue and red regions of Vidya. Option C, they enable a wider range of wavelength of incoming light to be utilized for photosynthesis. Option D, they protect chlorophyll A from photooxidation. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ xanthophyll ಮತ್ತು ಕೆರೋಟಿನಾಯ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಯಾವುದಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು. So I got only 2 responses from Chandru voted for option B and Sinchana voted for option A. Good. Dyuti, Kumar. Then what about others? Sinchana, Amruta, Kanchana Raj, Kavita, Amrita voted for A. Shilpa Nayak voted for B. So most of you voted for A, B, and few of you are voting for option A. Fine. Gayatri option B. Saitra option B. Fine. It's a request. Like the guy is most of you people, if you are unable to attend Zoom meeting you attend ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, suppose if you watched it in YouTube, just message your name or something, only name or something like you attended, or you come in the WhatsApp, or else you can like the YouTube video so that we will get to know that you also attended the session. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ absent ಅಂತ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, so most of you are watching the YouTube anta andaga, please mention your name somewhere like in WhatsApp group, or else in comment box. It's not in a comment box in the YouTube. You can like the video so that we can get to know your name. Who are you? That. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so let us check the answer. The right answer is option B. That is, their peak absorption is in blue and red regions of Vipure. Idu wrong ide. Aita. Fine. Okay, let us proceed with the next question. Compared to retinal, chlorophyll can be described as a pigment that has a retinal ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು pigment, chlorophyll ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು pigment. So comparatively, chlorophyll ಏನಿದೆ, narrow absorption range but high efficiency. ಅಂದ್ರೆ absorption range ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ, narrow ಕಡಿಮೆ, but high efficiency ಇದೆ. I'm sorry, narrow absorption range but low efficiency. Wide absorption range, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ absorption ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ but high efficiency. ಜಾಸ್ತಿ absorption range, that is wide absorption range but low efficiency. So what will be the answer, guys? Go through the question properly, answer cleverly. Yeah, I got only one response. DB voted for option D. It's good if I know your full name instead of telling DB. If you tell me your full name, it will be good. Okay, good. Kumar option D. Yes. What about others? Shilpa Nayak option D. Kanchana Raj, Parvati, Beauty, Dhamini. Okay. Hemashri, Pavitra, Kavita voted for option D. Naveen, Gayatri option D. Chandu option C. Afroz option D. Right. What about YouTube students? Be fast, guys. Yeah. Okay, they are also mentioning as option D. Some of the YouTube students are mentioning as option C. So let us check the answer. The right answer here is not option C, not option D. All are wrong. The right answer is option A. Narrow absorption range, but high efficiency. That is the speciality of chlorophyll, guys. Okay. Now let us brush up some concepts again. Okay. ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀಯಾ ಕುಮಾರ್? Fine. Photochemical phase, light reaction. This phase include light absorption, splitting of water, oxygen, and release and formation of ATP and NADPH. Biosynthetic phase. That reaction ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರೇನು? Biosynthetic phase ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. It is light independent phase where what occurs here? Synthesis of food materials. The electron transport system. So it is better like Dhamini. Dhamini. Okay, nice name. Dhamini. Can you read out the slide, please?
Yes, ma'am. In photosystem center, chlorophyll A absorbs 608 nanometer wavelength of red light, causing electrons to become excited and release 2 electrons from the atomic nucleus. These electrons are accepted by primary electron acceptor, that is ferredoxin. The electron from the ferredoxin passes to electron transport system consisting cytochromes. The electron moved in downhill in terms of redox potential by oxidation reducing reactions. Finally, the electron reached photosystem first.
Okay, thank you, Dhamini. Okay, here these electrons are accepted by primary electron acceptor. Do remember primary electron acceptor yaru? Ferredoxin. Ferredoxin is a primary electron acceptor. ನಾನು ಹೀಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತೀನಲ್ವಾ, like when I focus on certain words, ಅವಾಗ I will be repeating. ನೀವು observe ಮಾಡಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನಾನು teach ಮಾಡುವಾಗ primary electron acceptor, ferredoxin. Why I will do like that? So that I can remember it for many days. So you should also do like this. ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತೀನಿ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ acceptor ಫೆರಿಡಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಬಾಯಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಲಾಗೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಪೀಟ್ by your mouth like primary electron acceptor ferridoxin, primary electron acceptor ferridoxin 3 times or 5 times. If you did, you can remember it very easily, guys. So let us proceed with the next slide. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ primary acceptor ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ferridoxin. Next, Chandru, can you read out this slide, please?
The electrons are not used up as they pass through the electron transport chain, but are passed on the pigments of photosystem PS1. Now electrons in the reaction center of PS1 are also excited when they receive red light of wavelength 700 nanometer and are transferred to another acceptor molecule that has a greater redox potential. Electron hole created in PS1 is filled up by the electron from PS2. Electron from PS1 passed downhill and reduce NADP into NADPH plus positive H plus.
Okay, thank you, Chandru. So here electron from PS1 ಏನಿದೆ, the next important thing is electron from PS1 which pass down the hill, it reduces NADPH into NADPH plus H plus. ಅದೊಂದು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. The next slide. Yeah. Chaitra, can you read out this slide?
Yes, ma'am. During the process of transfer of electron take place starting from the photosystem to uphill to the acceptor, down the electron transport chain to photosystem first. Excitation of electrons transfer to another receptor and finally downhill to NADP plus, causing it to be reduced to NADPH plus H plus is called the Z scheme due to its characteristic shape. This shape is formed when all the carriers are placed in a sequence on a redox potential scale.
Okay, thank you, Chaitra. Next, splitting of water, most important. Kanchana Raj, can you read this, please? Are you here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Electron required for electron transport system is fulfilled by splitting of water photosynthesis. Photolysis. Sorry. Associated with PS2. PS2 lost electrons continuously filled up by electrons released due to photolysis of water. Water is split into H plus and O, and electron in presence of light and Mn2 plus and Cl. This is also creates O2, the byproduct of photosynthesis. The photolysis takes place in the vicinity of PS2. The process is 2H2O is gives rise to 4H plus O2 plus 4E minus.
4 electron. Okay, thank you.
Yes,
So electron required for electron transport system is fulfilled by splitting of water. That process is called photolysis. ಇಲ್ಲಿ water is split into H plus and electrons in presence of light and Mn2 plus and Cl minus. ಇದು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. In presence of light ಮತ್ತೆ Mn2 plus manganese 2 plus and Cl minus. ಇದರ presence ಅಲ್ಲಿ water lysis, photolysis of water takes place. This also creates oxygen, the byproduct of photosynthesis. Photolysis takes place in the vicinity of the PS2 and the byproduct of oxygen, the byproduct of photosynthesis, oxygen ಯಾವಾಗ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ? It is by the photolysis, splitting of water ಆದಾಗ we will get oxygen as a byproduct. The next one is photophosphorescence. phosphorylation, the process of formation of high energy chemicals. It is called photophosphorylation. Andre ಏನು high energy chemicals like ATP ಮತ್ತೆ NADPH ಇದರ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಆಗೋ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ಗೆ ಕ್ರಿಯೆಗೆ photophosphorylation ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. It is also defined as it is a synthesis of ATP from ADP and inorganic phosphate in presence of light. ATP synthesis ಗೆ photophosphorylation ಅಂತಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Phosphorylation is the process by which living organism extract energy from oxidizable substances and store it in the form of bond energy like ATP. Only phosphorylation, photophosphorylation ಅಲ್ಲ, only phosphorylation ಅಂದ್ರೆ the living organism extract energy from oxidizable substance like carbon dioxide and water and store it in the form of bond energy. ATP ಅನ್ನೋದೇನು? It is a bond energy. Phosphorylation takes place inside the cell in mitochondria and chloroplast. Phosphorylation ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಾಗತ್ತೆ? ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕ್ಲೋರೋಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. It is of two types, cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So let us brush up regarding this later. Now let us solve some questions again. Fine. So the next question. The half-leaf experiment showed that dash is important for photosynthesis. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, sunlight, chlorophyll. Half-leaf experimental. ಇಂದ ನಮಗೇನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ? Oxygen important, carbon dioxide important, sunlight, chlorophyll. What we proved through half-leaf experiment ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Yes, be fast guys. Chandru voted for option D. Amruta, Kanchanaraj, Gayatri, Kavita, Rakshita, Dhamini, Sinchana, Tarun, Kumar. Okay, most of you voted for option D, right? Yeah. What about others? Rakshita, yes, option B. Let us check. The right answer is option B, I think answered by Rakshita, carbon dioxide. So half-leaf experiment inda carbon dioxide ide andre carbon dioxide is important for photosynthesis annodu gottagatte. The next question is, a compound was used in half-leaf experiment to absorb carbon dioxide. ಈ experiment ಅಲ್ಲಿ we used one compound which absorbs carbon dioxide. Which is that compound? KMNO4, HCl, NaOH, KOH. Yes. Rakshita, Parvati, then Kumar, maybe A. Okay, Dhamini. Fine. Most of you voted for option D. Jyoti, option D. Amruta, option B. Praveen, option D. Kanchanaraj, option B. Chandru, option C. Kavita, option B. B, C, D. All options bantallappa. So here the right answer is option D. Potassium hydroxide. It has the ability to absorb the carbon dioxide. That is why KOH is used. So the right option is option D. Next question. Chlorophyll B is the major pigment associated with photosynthesis. Whether this statement is true or false. Rakshita, Amruta. Rakshita answered as false. Amruta, Shilpa, Afroz, Pavitra, Kavita. Then Naveen, Kumar, Jyoti voted for Hemashri. All of them voted for A. Chaitra, Tarun, Parvati voted for B. Dhamini voted for true statement. Okay, let us check the answer. The right answer is option A. That is true. Chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B na compare madidre, chlorophyll B bega andre it is a major pigment which absorbs or which takes up a role in photosynthesis. So option A, that is, it is a true statement. Fine. Which scientists showed that only the green part of plants will release oxygen. ಯಾವ scientist ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು green parts of plant will release oxygen ಅಂತ? Option A, Jan, engine house, Option B, Joseph Priestley. Option C, C. Van Neel. Option D, T.W. Engelmann. Yes. Parvati, option B. Kanchanaraj Kumar. Okay, what about others? Be fast. Dhamini, option A. Jyoti, Amrita, option B. Kavita, option B. Rakshita, Praveen, Pavitra voted for option B. Okay, let us check the answer. Shilpa Nayak, option A. So the right answer is here, option A, Jan Ingenhouse. So he was the first scientist who showed that only the green part of plant will release oxygen. Oxygen release ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದವರು ಜೋಸೆಫ್ ಪ್ರಿಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ. ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ will release oxygen ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದವರು ಜಾನ್ ಇಂಜನ್ ಹೌಸ್. So the right option is option A. Next, who found the presence and properties of glucose in green plants? Who found the presence and properties of glucose in green plants? Option A, T.W. Engelmann. Option B, C. Van Neel. Option C, Julius von Sachs. Option D, Jan Ingenhouse. Rakshita, option C. Dhamini voted for option C. Praveen, option C. Afroz, option D. Amruta, option C. Kavita, option C. Kanchanara, Sinchana, Pavitra voted for option C. Rakshita, Gayatri voted for option C. Kumar also voted for option C. Let us check the answer. Right option C, that is Julius von Sachs, is the right answer. Okay, the next question. The first action spectrum based on photosynthesis was given by, I repeat, the first action spectrum based on photosynthesis was given by, just now we discussed it through the slides. Option A, Jan Ingenhouse. Option B, Joseph Matthew. Option C, Cornelius Van Neel. Option D, T.W. Engelmann. Okay, Parvati, option D. Until I tell the options, please don't answer. Sinchana and Dhamini voted for option D. Kanchanaraj, Amruta, Afroz, then Praveen J.H., Shilpa Nayak, Kavita, Gayatri, Rakshita, Jyoti, Naveen, Pavitra, Kumar. Okay, most of them voted for option D, that is T.W. Engelmann. So it is a right answer. Good. Which of the following is the correct equation of photosynthesis? See the equation, see the options, read all the options and let me know the answer. Correct equation ಯಾವುದು photosynthesis ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. Okay. What about YouTube student? Most of them voted for option A. Yes. What about YouTube students? Be fast, guys. Great. YouTube students also answered as option A. So 6CO2 plus 12H2O gives C6H12O6 plus 6H2O plus 6O2. So that is the right answer. Option A is the right answer. Good going. 11th question goes like this. The method by which leaf pigments of any green plants can be separated is called as condensation, centrifugation, paper chromatography, distillation. Be fast, guys. Yes, Kanchanaraj, option C. Kavita, option C. Chaitra, Rakshita, Shilpa Nayak, Kumar, Sinchana, Dhamini, Jyoti, Praveen, Gayatri. Okay, most of you voted for option C. Great. Let us check the answer. The right answer is option C, that is paper chromatography. 12th question. The following diagram represents, ಈ following diagram ಯಾರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಜೋಸೆಫ್ ಪ್ರಿಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್, ಗ್ರಿಗೋರ್ ಮೆಂಡಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್, ಇಂಗಲ್ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್, ಲಿನೇಯಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್. Very quick responses. Option A. Most of you voted for option A. Okay, great. So Jyoti Gayatri voted for option C. Let us check. So the right answer is option A, Joseph Priestley experiment. The right answer is option A. 13th question goes like this, guys. During which year Joseph Priestley discovered oxygen? Option A, 74, option B, 1770, option C, 1884, option D, 1880. Kavita, option A, Parvati Chaitra, option B, Naveen Shilpa Nayak, option B, Amruta Rakshita voted for option A. ಅವರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಡೇಟ್ ಬೇರೆ, when he got to know that he discovered oxygen, that is different. Dhamini, okay. Sinchana, option B, Afroz, Chandru, option A, Tarun, option B, Dyuti, option A. So let us check the answer. What about YouTube students? Yeah, so they also voted for option A. So let us check. The right answer is option A, that is 1774. 14th question. Photosynthesis is the basis of life on earth. Photosynthesis na basis of life on earth anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕೆ? It is the main source of all food on earth. Option B, it helps in release of carbon dioxide into atmosphere. Option C, it produces new offspring. Option D, it gives no energy to the plants. Yes. Kanchanaraj, Parvati, Chandru, option A, Amruta, option B, Afroz, option A, Kumar, Kavita, Gayatri, option B, Sinchana, Naveen, Praveen, Kumar, option A. Dhamini, option okay, Gayatri, option A, Rakshita, option A. Okay, most of you voted for option A, few of you voted for option B. Let us check option A. Okay, YouTube students also messaged as option A. So the right answer is option A. That is, it is the main source of all food on earth. Good. 15th question. Other than carbon dioxide and light, which is used as raw material for photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide ಮತ್ತು light ಅನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ನಾವು photosynthesis ಗೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೇವೆ? Until I complete reading options, don't answer. Option A, oxygen. Option B, CO2. Option C, H2O. Option D, manganese oxide. So Kavita, Kanchana, Parvati, Deepti, Amruta, then YouTube students. So almost all of you answered as option C. Tarun, option B. Okay, the right answer here is option C. That is water. Okay, now let us discuss some brush up some ideas. Then we will solve some questions. So we are discussing non-cyclic and cyclic photophosphorylation. So non-cyclic ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ATP and NADPH plus are synthesized by this process. So these two are the products which are formed by non-cyclic photophosphorylation and PS2 and found in lamellae of grana. Hence this process is carried here. Cyclic photophosphorylation andre illi PS1 system only works. The electron circulates within the photosystem. It happens in stroma lamellae. Cyclic photophosphorylation happens in stroma lamellae, right? Then hence only ATP molecules are synthesized in cyclic photophosphorylation. The next one is chemiosmotic hypothesis. The next one is chemiosmotic hypothesis. Sinchana, can you read this, please?
Chemiosomatic hypothesis. The chemiosmotic hypothesis has been put forward to explain the mechanism of ATP synthesis, which is linked to development of proton gradient across membranes of the thylakoid. Here the proton accumulation takes place towards the inside the membrane, that is in the lumen. The protons that are produced by splitting of water are accumulated inside the membrane of thylakoids. As the electrons move through the photosystem, protons are transported across the membrane.
Okay, thank you. Uh, Kumar, you can read now. Read the slide, please.
ATP.
Kumar, are you?
ATP, NADPH, and O2 are the products of light reaction. O2 diffuses out of the chloroplast, will ATP and
Your voice is not so clear. We are getting disturbance. So oxygen diffuse out of the chloroplast while ATP and NADPH are used to drive the process leading to synthesize food, sugars, biosynthetic phase. This process does not directly depend on the present light but is dependent on the products of the light reaction. That is why dark reaction na complete light independent anta kariyalla. Okay. Melvin Kelvin after World War II worked with radioactive carbon and studied algal photosynthesis, which led to the discovery of first carbon dioxide fixation product, which is called 3-carbon organic acid 3-phosphoglyceric acid PGA. ಅದನ್ನ work ಮಾಡಿದವರು ಯಾರು? Melvin Kelvin. Okay, next. He explained Kelvin cycle. ಸೊ ಆ ಕೆಲ್ವಿನ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫರ್ದರ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಕೆಲ್ವಿನ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ದ ಡಿಸ್ಕವರಿ ಆಫ್ ಅನದರ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ವಾಸ್ 4-carbon compound OAA, oxaloacetic acid. According to those plants in which the first product of carbon dioxide is PGA, phosphoglyceric acid, so ಅದಕ್ಕೆ C3 pathway ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾವ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಸಾಲೋಎಸಿಟಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗತ್ತೋ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ C4 pathway ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Fine. So photosynthesis, the primary acceptor molecule is 5-carbon ketose sugar ribulose biphosphate RUBP. RUBP. The next step in Kelvin cycle, whether my voice is clear. Kanchana, Jyoti, Praveen, Rakshita, Parvati. Yes, whether my voice is clear? Can you able to hear me? Shilpa. Okay, Shilpa Nayak and okay. Whether it is some of you are saying it yes, some of them are saying as no. Fine. Now, let me ask some questions. Okay, let us move to the questions. I will clarify the network problem if possible. The first acceptor of electrons from an excited chlorophyll molecule of photosystem 2 is quinone, cytochrome, iron sulfur protein, ferredoxin. Samarth option B, Chandru option D, Sinchana option D, Deepti option D, Hemashri, Amruta, Jyoti, Kanchanaraj, Naveen voted for option D. So ferredoxin anta ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Good. So Afro's option D. Let us check the answer. The right answer is option A, quinine. ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ photosystem 2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ. In photosystem 2. Right. Next. The next question is the primary acceptor of carbon dioxide in C3 plant. Remember, the primary acceptor of carbon dioxide in C3 plant is RUBP, PGA, PEP, malic acid. Dhamini RUBP, Rakshita option B, Shilpa option B, Samarth option B, Gayatri, Naveen voted for option B. ಅವರು ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟಾರ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕಾಂಚನರಾಜ್, ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ, ದ್ಯುತಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ. ಫೈನ್. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ us check the answer. The right answer is option A, that is RUBP. Listen here, they did not ask you the first 3-carbon product in C3 cycle. ಅದು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ that is PGA. Most of you answered it as PGA, phosphoglyceric acid. ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರೇನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ first primary answer is UBP. So the correct statement about C4 plants, guys. Option A, mesophyll cells possess rubisco. Neither mesophyll cells nor bundle sheath cells possess rubisco. Mesophyll cells have PEPs, which convert carbon dioxide into oxaloacetic acid. Option D, bundle sheath cells synthesize OAA, which is a 4-carbon compound. Yes, what is the answer? Be fast. Okay, what about YouTube students? Samarth, option B, Praveen JH, option B. What about others? Be fast. C4 plants ಬಗ್ಗೆ correct statement na ಹೇಳಿ. Amruta, Kanchana Raj. Whether my voice is clear now? Chandru voted for option A. Deepthi voted for option B. Dhamini, option C. Uh, Duty, option A. So let us check the answer. The right answer here is option C. That is, I think Chandru ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾರು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಸಿ ಅಂತ. Okay. Mesophyll cells have PEPAs which convert carbon dioxide into oxaloacetic acid. That is the right answer. Few of YouTube students also voted for option C. Good going. So let us see the next question. Calvin cycle takes place in only in C3 plants, only C4, both C3 and C4, neither C3 nor C4. Kelvin cycle ಯಾವ plants ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ? Parvati, Chandru, yes. Amruta, Kanchana Raj, yes. What about YouTube students? Gayatri, option B. Most of them voted for option A. Kavita, option A. Only 1 or 2 students are messaging in YouTube. Be fast, guys. Afroz, option A. Kavita, option A. So most of them voted for option A. So the right answer here is both C3 and C4. Kelvin cycle agatte C4 allu kuda, but the product will be different. So the right answer is option C. Okay. The next question. In a chloroplast, the highest number of protons are found in chloroplast alli. Highest number of protons ಎದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಸಿಗತ್ತೆ? Option A, stroma. Option B, lumen of thylakoid. Option C, intermembrane space. Option D, antennae complex. Yes, be fast. Okay, good. Deepthi, option B. Praveen, option A. Duty, option B. Kavita, Shilpa Nayak, Dhamini voted for option B. Okay, so let us check the answer here. The right answer for this is option B, lumen of thylakoid. So highest number of protons we will get in lumen of thylakoid. Good. The next question. With reference to factors affecting the rate of photosynthesis, which of the following statement is not correct? ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ? There are certain factors which affect the photosynthesis. ಕೆಳಗಿರುವ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ, increasing atmospheric carbon dioxide concentration up to 0.05% can enhance carbon dioxide fixation rate. Option B, C3 plants respond to higher temperature with enhanced photosynthesis, while C4 plants have much lower temperature. Option C, tomato is a greenhouse crop which can be grown in carbon dioxide enriched atmosphere. Option D, light saturation for carbon dioxide fixation occurs at 10% full of sunlight. Afroz answered as option B. What about others? Dhamini, option B. Duty, option B. Kanchana Raj, option B. Yes, YouTube students. Praveen JH, option B. So most of you voting for option B. C3 plants respond to higher temperature and the right answer is option B. Good going. So the next question is, read the following statements from A and D and select the right option having both correct statement and ಎರಡಕ್ಕೆ correct statement ಇದೆ. ಯಾವ್ದೆರಡವು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Statement 1, that is statement A. Z scheme of light reaction takes place in presence of PS1 only, then only PS1 is functional in cyclic photophosphorylation. See, cyclic photophosphorylation results into synthesis of ATP and NADPH2. See, stroma lamellae lack PS2 as well as NADP. Yes, Kasturi from YouTube answered as option A. What about others? Chaitra voted for option D. Kumar option B. Dhamini option D. Chaitra option A. Yes, Amruta option D. Gayatri option B. Kanchana option D. Praveen option D. Okay. Let us check the answer. The right answer here is option D. That is B and D statement are correct. B and D statement are correct. Okay. Now let us proceed to the next question. The process which makes major difference between C3 and C4 plant. ಯಾವ process major difference ಅನ್ನ ತರುತ್ತೆ? Photo respiration, glycolysis, Kelvin cycle. Yes. Okay. YouTube students answered as option D. Kavita option D. Afroz option D. Dyuti option D. Parvati option D. Kumar option D. Praveen option D. Most of you are voting for option D, that is Kelvin cycle. Dyuti option A. Photo respiration anta. Okay, Dhamini option A. So the right answer here is option A. Photo respiration. Just now we solved a question regarding Kelvin cycle. C3 ಮತ್ತೆ C4 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ Kelvin cycle ಆಗತ್ತಾ ಅಂತ. Kelvin cycle ಆಗತ್ತೆ, then it will not be a difference, right? So the first option, photo respiration, is the right answer. Now let us proceed to the most interesting part of the session, that is 5-star bio session. So let us start the 5-star bio of photosynthesis in higher plants. Are you all ready, guys? Okay. Please open your chat box and keep it ready until I say 1, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 ಅನ್ನೋವರೆಗೂ ಯಾರು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಯಾವ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ನನಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ 1 ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ, so that person will be a winner of the 5-star bio of that day. Just a minute. The question 5-star bio. Fine. Yeah, photosynthesis. Okay. Okay. Fine. The first question of 5-star bio of today goes like this, guys. As a part of the electron transport chain during terminal oxidation, what is the cytochrome that donates electron to O2? Which cytochrome anta? Cytochrome B, cytochrome C, cytochrome A3, cytochrome D. Your time starts now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kumar voted for option A. Lohit option C, Dhamini option A, Parvati option B, Gayatri option B. So Kumar option A antanda, then after that Lohit option C. The first message I got from Kumar, the second message I got from Lohit. But the right answer is option C, that is cytochrome A3 is the right answer. How the people are directly entering a 5-star bio without attending the session? Then the next question goes like this. What is the light harvesting complex made up of? Option A, 1 molecule of chlorophyll A. Option B, very few molecules of chlorophyll A. Option C, hundreds of pigment molecules bound to proteins. Option D, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll C, protein and DNA. Okay. What is the answer? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the first message I got from Amruta at option C, Kanchana at option C, Deepthi Shilpana at option C, Himashri voted for option C. So Amruta answered it first and correct answer. The right answer is option C, that is hundreds of pigment of molecules will be bound to proteins. The next one, what pigment contains copper 2 plus? Option A, pyridoxine. Option B, plastocyanin. Option C, plastoquinine. Option D, cytochrome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What about YouTube students? Yeah, I got the first message from Kavita, option A, Pavitra, option A, Hemashri, option A, Chandru, option B, Amrita, Shilpa Nayak, Kanchana Raj, Dhamini, Gayatri. Okay, so the right answer here is option B. Even though someone answered correctly, I mean, someone answered first, the right answer first is given by Chandru as plastocyanin. So the right answer is answered by plastocyanin by Chandru. The next question is, what is required to synthesize one glucose molecule during the Calvin cycle? Calvin cycle ಅಲ್ಲಿ one glucose molecule synthesize ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕು? Option A, 12 molecules of ATP, 18 NADPH2, 6 ATP, 12 NADPH2, 18 ATP, 12 NADPH2, D, 12 NADPH2. So the time starts now, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the first message from Naveen A, Chandru C, Gayatri B, Shilpa Nayak A. So the right answer here is, even though Naveen answered it first, but the correct answer is given by Chandru after Naveen. So the right answer is option C, 18 molecules of ATP and 12 molecules of NADPH2 is the right answer. The next question goes like this of 5-star bio, the last question of today. What statement about the C4 pathway is false? It requires more energy than C3. It overcomes loss due to photorespiration. The carbon dioxide acceptor is a C3 compound. It is inhibited by high carbon dioxide concentration. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, guys, what is the answer? Parvati option D, Kanchana Raj option B, Sinchan option D, Shilpa Nayak option D, Pavitra option D, Beauty option D, Hemashri Kavita option D, Namini option D. Yes, what about YouTube students? Yes, the correct answer I got it from the YouTube student by Kasturi. That is the correct answer is option C. Lohit also answered here. So option C, it is inhibited, sorry, the carbon dioxide acceptor is a C3 compound is the right answer. Great guys, you all are doing well. Fine. So almost we completed 80 days of class. Just sit idly and take a deep breath and just ask, are you competing to the, are you like prepared to compete with whole Karnataka? ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಕಾಲೇಜು ಮನೆ ಕಸಿನ್ಸು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸು ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡಿ just whoever want to become doctor, close your eyes and just touch your hat and ask, are you preparing well to become a very good doctor in future? Those who are interested to become engineers, are you all preparing to become good engineers? ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನೀವೇ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ you will get the answer so that you can prepare well. It increases the self confidence. I believe you guys all the best. Let us end up the session here. Have a nice day. Take care. I will clarify it on the revision class, Lohit. Last 2 days, adane ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Okay. Vidya, PYQs will be discussed last 3 or 4 days. Now we are discussing the PYQs only. PYQs collect ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು 5 or 6 years PYQs be collected and we are presenting it. Okay, then let us end up the session here. Bye bye.